Hi everybody, these are a few things I recommend you should or should not do on your first trip or any trip to Ireland in order for you to get the best experience out of your time here, so you get to see as much as possible, so you get to experience as much culture as possible, and hopefully save you a bit of money at the same time. As an Irish person myself, born and bred, who loves to explore, travel, and share as much as my country and culture with everyone as much as possible, these are my do's and don'ts to get as much out of your trip as you can and hopefully save you a bit of money at the same time. With a genuine Irish experience with loads of local tips and tricks, most Irish people in YouTube videos that I've watched have forgotten to say. Honestly, if this video does well, I might bring you around some Irish towns and villages in the West Coast if I can. People always ask me on stream things to do with Ireland: where to go, where to stay, what to see. And the first thing I always recommend to people is to only spend about 2 days in Dublin City. For most people visiting Ireland, Dublin Airport is normally the cheapest place to fly into. Lots of Irish tourist advisors always focus on Dublin City when it comes to tourism. However, the real gems of Ireland are normally always in the west. No offense to Dublin or Dubliners, but the county and city really have like its own kind of vibe that's nearly completely different to the rest of the country, especially in terms of prices. Honestly, which would you prefer? An €11 pint in Temple Bar listening to Galway Girl, or a €5 pint in Ennis in a cozy bar listening to real authentic traditional Irish music? I know which I'm picking. You're not going to experience the natural wonders and beauty of Ireland on O'Connell Street in Dublin City. So go to the main attractions in Dublin, such as the Book of Kells, Guinness Storehouse, Dublinia, Kilmainham, Grafton Street for your shopping, and St. Patrick's Cathedral, to name a few. Honestly, I think my next one now is really important, and I don't think it's said enough to visitors, but I really don't think it's a good idea to come to Ireland unless you or someone in your party can drive. I've met so many people that have come to Ireland and been super disappointed because they thought they could go to all the different places around the country, but couldn't see half the places they wanted to. Because besides Dublin, most of the large towns in the country are lucky to have bus routes and train stops before 6 p.m. But most places have zero public transport. Want to go to the famous grave of W.B. Yeats and see Ben Bulben in Sligo? Middle of nowhere, need a car. Want to see the aesthetic, beautiful thatched cottages and explore the beautiful gardens of Adare Manor? 3 hour train from Dublin if you're lucky. And last train back to Dublin is 6 p.m. If you'd rather travel in a hot, smelly bus from one side of the country to the other every day to see one place, that's fair enough. But after the price of train tickets and bus tickets, it's nearly coming out as buying a car for the day, so why not just rent the car and save yourself the heartache? To see some of the most beautiful areas like the Ring of Kerry, the Burren, or Connemara, you unfortunately can't do most of these areas because of Ireland's decimate public transport system. So you're going to 1000% need a car, in my opinion. Everyone always asks me when's the best time to visit Ireland during the year. And I'll let you in on a local secret of the best time to come and when you'll get the best weather possible. Ireland is literally one of the wettest countries in the world. So it doesn't matter if it's December, March, or mid-August, there is a high chance that it's going to be lashing raining. Always pack wet gear and good shoes when you're coming to Ireland. Because every year without fail, I would always see misguided tourists freezing in summer shorts and t-shirts, having to buy completely new wardrobes. So don't be that person. But every year during the last 2 weeks of May, we get these 2 weeks that we like to call exam weather, where it's normally the sunniest and the hottest 2 weeks of the year. Because God is spiteful and likes to make the Irish people suffer for our sins on bestowing you two to the world. Is the exam students of the country every year, 2 weeks before the most important exams of their lives. But even if you can't make it to Ireland during these golden 2 weeks, May to September is your best bet of any kind of sunshine or a lick of heat. Unless you personally like feeling wet, cold and damp.
Don't make unnecessary journeys!
Ireland is an extremely damp and humid country, so don't make yourself suffer. Come in the summer. So we've covered where to visit, when to visit, and now we'll cover where to stay. There's plenty of gorgeous hotels on the west coast of Ireland. Dingle, Tralee, Ennis, Spanish Point, Galway City, Westport, to name a few towns, with beautiful hotels and close attractions. But my local tip to all tourists, if you don't mind a bit of company and you want to experience a real Irish home, get a bed and breakfast. And not an Airbnb, a good B&B with a good Irish mammy to look after you during your time. Your B&B host will also probably know all the nicest areas to see, the best restaurants and best bars, and the best ways to make the most of your trip, while you're also simultaneously supporting an Irish person's livelihood instead of a multi-million hotel chain. My next is a good one for tourists no matter where you're visiting. All Irish people have a saying, and it's shop local. We always try to support our local businesses, from crafts, jewellery, bakeries to local food stores, and I always recommend to tourists to try to do the same when you're visiting. Everyone likes to buy fun memorabilia when they're on holidays to remember their trip when they get home. But would it be nicer to have a beautiful clatter ring from a local jeweler rather than a leprechaun mug? Or a cozy sheepwool Aranganzi over a Guinness hoodie? Or why not both? It's always good to give back to the local economy when you're visiting places, so remember this on all your next trips. I hope you liked my advice in my video, and if you have any further questions, please just leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Shalom!